We preview the New Orleans Saints season and tell you if they go over or under 8.5 wins, and we let you know how you could take home $1,000 this NFL season, and it all starts right now. What's going on, everyone? It's Matt from Grandstand Bettors, and last year we cashed on 70% of our season win total predictions, so we figured why not run it back here in 2022? We're also excited to announce that our second annual NFL betting contest is now open at grandstandbettors.com. The link's below in the description. Go sign up for free for your chance to take home $1,000 this NFL season. But without further ado, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and smack that like button, because we are about to dive in to the New Orleans Saints season preview. And the Saints have a season win total set at 8.5. New Orleans, they had built up a great team over the past decade with Drew Brees and Sean Payton. They were without Brees for the first time in 15 years last season, and now they're going to be without Sean Payton. They finished last year at 9-8 and just missed the playoffs thanks to a tiebreaker, which came down to their Week 11 loss to the Eagles. Now, we think this should be taken as a victory for the Saints organization, though, given that they had quarterback problems all season last year without Brees under center. The fact that they still put together a winning season after that loss just shows how deep this team is and the foundation that Sean Payton laid for the future. Now, first and foremost, as we alluded to a second ago, we need to touch on the Saints quarterback situation. They had 4 different quarterbacks start a game last season, and in order, these guys were Jamies Winston, Trevor Siemian, Taysom Hill, and rookie quarterback out of Notre Dame, Ian Book, and that was just an awful start for him. Just going through that list, it is crazy to us that they actually put together 9 wins. None of those guys had higher than a 60% completion percentage, and they all of them combined for only 29 touchdowns. With Winston back from his injury last season, he's going to be leading this offense, and they have a couple key weapons that the defenses should be aware of. Wide receiver Michael Thomas, also back from injury. He's looked very good in training camp, and so far looks 100%. The Saints also signed wide receiver Jarvis Landry when the Browns parted ways with him. That duo could be dangerous this season, and when you throw in the speed of rookie wide receiver Chris Olave, his secondaries, they're going to be running all over the field trying to stop these guys. But that's not all. Defenses can't put too much stock or focus in on defending the Saints' passing game because they have Alvin Kamara, and he had a bit of a setback last season, but don't forget in 2021, this guy had 16 rushing touchdowns, and he's averaging 74 receptions per year and has 20 receiving touchdowns over his career. And another big reason they ended with the 9 wins last year was definitely their defense. They shut down some very good offenses last season. In Week 1, they held the Packers to 3 points, and in Week 15, they shut out the Buccaneers. Over the course of the season, they ranked 7th in yards given up per game and 4th in run defense, and only 19.7 points per game is what they gave up last season, which was 4th best in the NFL. Now, the one part of their defense we did not include in those stats was their pass defense. Although not horrible, they ranked 14th in the league, which is under the standard that the rest of their defense did set. Now, when free agency came around, though, they ended up losing both of their safeties, Marcus Williams and Malcolm Jenkins, and things were not looking good. However, they made a big addition by signing Marcus May from the Jets, who will fill in at strong safety, and then after missing out on all the good safeties in the draft, they signed Matthew to a 3-year deal. Now, with their defensive line led by Cameron Jordan, who ended last year with 8.5 sacks in 4 games, it's going to be tough to throw the ball long against this defense, given the speed that they have at safety and how quickly their defensive line can disrupt the pocket. With Marshawn Lattimore at cornerback, paired with Paulson Adebo, who had 3 interceptions in his rookie season last year, their secondary should have no problems boosting their numbers this season and making this one of the best all-around defenses in the league. Now, with the guys they have returning on offense and the defense that they've really put together this season, we think that their win total is a bit low at 8.5 wins. They won 9 games last season without Winston at quarterback, and for most of the season, they have a upgraded wide receiver core again this year to go with Winston. Now, they do have the 7th hardest schedule in the league, but that should not matter for this team as they show how well that they can play against the great football and the great offensive teams in the NFL. We do want to make one thing clear, though, and this is something to watch. It is going to be who is going to be quarterback throughout the season. If it's not Watson for some reason, they should have some problems, maybe have some injury situations with Watson. They're probably not going to hit the over, and we would be very wary here of backing Andy Dalton. So we are going to take the Saints over 8.5 wins this season, but it is contingent that Watson is the QB for, let's say, 15, 14 games at least. Well, that wraps up the NFC South, and we're going to be heading into the NFC West and the defending champion LA Rams very shortly. But in the meantime, don't forget, sign up for that betting contest over at grandstandbettors.com. We're giving out great quarterly prizes and a grand prize of $1,000 of cold, hard cash. As always, though, sit back, relax. If you're a Saints fan, we think that this is going to be a good year for you all. And hey, the only thing that might hinder you is if Winston doesn't play because someone left some crab legs around.